Infanta Eulalia, Duchess of Galliera, was the youngest daughter and child of Queen Isabella II of Spain and Francis, Duke of Cadiz. She was also sister of King Alfonso XII and aunt of his son King Alfonso XIII. She was most known for her controversial books which mostly criticized foreign leaders and also Spanish and foreign governments. Early life. Eulalia was born on 12 February 1864 in the Royal Palace of Madrid, the third daughter and youngest of the four children of Queen Isabella II of Spain and her consort Francis, Duke of Cadiz. She was baptized on 14 February 1864 with the names Maria Eulalia Francisca de Assis Margarita Roberta Isabel Francisca de Paula Cristina Maria de Piedad. Her godparents were the Duke of Parma and his sister Princess Margarita. In 1868, Eulalia and her family were forced to leave Spain by the revolution. They lived in Paris where Eulalia was educated. She received her first communion in Rome from Pope Pius IX. In 1874, Eulalia's brother Alfonso was restored to the throne in place of the mother Queen Isabella II. 3 years later, Eulalia returned to Spain. She lived at first in El Escorial with her mother, but later moved to the Alcazar of Seville and then to Madrid. Marriage and children. On 6 March 1886, at Madrid, Eulalia married her first cousin, the Duke of Galliera, son of Antoine, Duke of Montpensier, and of his wife, Infanta Luisa Fernanda of Spain. The officiant was Cardinal Zefrino González y Diaz-Tunon, Archbishop of Seville. The wedding had been delayed several months on account of the death of Eulalia's brother King Alfonso XII. Eulalia and Antonio spent the honeymoon at the Palacio Real de Aranjuez. Eulalia and Antonio had two sons, Infante Alfonso, Duke of Galliera, Luis Fernando de Orleans y Bourbon. After the birth of her younger son, Eulalia lived apart from her husband. She maintained residences in Spain and Paris, but often visited England. Visit to the United States. In May 1893, Eulalia visited the United States. Her controversial visit to the World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago was particularly well documented. She traveled first to Puerto Rico, then to Havana, Cuba, before making her way to Washington, D.C., where she was received by President Grover Cleveland at the White House. She then proceeded to New York City. Eulalia was later admitted a member of the Daughters of the American Revolution as a descendant of King Charles III of Spain. Publications. Eulalia was the author of several works which were controversial within royal circles, although she never ceased to have frequent contact with her relatives both in Spain and elsewhere. In 1912, under the pseudonym Comtesse de Avila, Eulalia wrote Au fil de la vie, translated into English as The Thread of Life. The book expressed Eulalia's thoughts about education, the independence of women, the equality of classes, socialism, religion, marriage, prejudices, and traditions. Her nephew the king telegraphed her and demanded that she suspend the book's publication until he had seen it and received his permission to publish it. Eulalia refused to comply. In May 1915, Eulalia wrote an article about the German emperor for the Strand magazine. The following month she published Court Life from Within. In August 1925, Eulalia wrote Courts and Countries After the War. In this work she commented upon the world political situation, and particularly her belief that there could never be peace between France and Germany. She also made a celebrated observation about Benito Mussolini's Italy that, crossing the Italian frontier, one hears Il treno arriva all'orario, reflecting a boast often cited in connection with the fascist regime at the time. In 1935, Eulalia published her memoirs in French, Memoirs des Infanta Eulalia, 1868–1931. In July 1936, they were published in English as Memoirs of a Spanish Princess H.R.H. the Infanta Eulalia. Death. On the 9th of February 1958, Eulalia had a heart attack at her home in Iran. She died there on the 8th of March and is buried in the Pantheon of the Princes in El Escorial. Titles, styles and honors. Titles: the 12th of February 1864 to 6 March 1886, Her Royal Highness Infanta Eulalia of Spain. The 6th of March 1886 to 24 December 1930, Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Galliera. The 24th of December 1930 to 8 March 1958, Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Galliera. Honors: National Honors, Spanish Royal Family. Knight Grand Cross of the Order of Charles III. Spanish Royal Family. 620th Dame Head Cross of the Order of Queen Maria Louisa. Foreign Honors: Austrian-Hungarian Imperial and Royal Family. Dame of the Order of the Starry Cross. Ancestry Bibliography. Garcia Luipre, Pilar, Eulalia de Bourbon, Infanta de España, Lo que no dijo en sus memorias. Madrid, Compañía Literaria, 1995. ISBN 8482130218.